Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming to watch this DIY school supply video. These are totally fun to make and super original. Let's start off with these amazing eraser ring pops. Two things that you'll need, which is a ring pop ring and some eraser clay. I absolutely love working with this eraser clay because there's just so many options and these colors are so bright and so fun. I'm going to make my eraser in the shape of a ball, so I have a ball mold here, and obviously the options are endless in regards to which shape you want to do, and I'm going to make mine rainbow. So I have my mold here, and like I said, this was for a ball set, a bouncy ball set, and I'm just going to take little teeny tiny chunks of my rainbow eraser and just make layers in the mold. After using the ball mold to give me a sphere shape, I'm just going to round it out with my hands to smooth out any creases or cracks that I may have. And then the last thing you want to do before you pop it in the oven is to ensure that you use your ring pop ring to put a hole in your ball so that after the oven you obviously can put it back on your ring. My next eraser ring pop, I used these three colors, blue, pink, and purple, to create a galaxy eraser ring pop. So same idea as the first one, you want to make sure that you have a nice circular shape if that's what you're going for, and just to make sure that you use your ring to create a hole prior to putting it in the oven. For my eraser clay, the oven required a 230 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. And there you go, in 30 short minutes you have yourself an eraser, which you made all by yourself, which I think is so cool. So take your glue gun and just put it all over the tip of the ring, and you just want to make sure that there is enough glue for the eraser to stay, because I'm sure there's going to be nothing worse than you trying to erase and then it just falls off. So just make sure that you have enough glue there and you have yourself an amazing original eraser ring pop. I just think this idea is so awesome because you can just hook it on your finger and you can actually keep it on your finger while you write. Okay, so moving on to how to make these amazing clay pencils. You're going to need just a couple of ingredients. You want to grab yourself some clay, any color of your choice, and of course some lead. I got all of these supplies at Michael's, and what I love about this lead is that it's full size of a pencil. So you can really have a whole lot of fun with decorating it. And just, you know that your pencil obviously is going to last a long time as well. This clay is so easy to work with, so you want to just warm it up a little bit in your fingers and then you can really do whatever you want with it. So right now I'm just stretching it out the length of the pencil, and I'm going to do a couple of layers actually. So this will be my first layer. So I'm just going to take my lead, I'm going to lay it flat. Now the key to this is to ensure that you have no air bubbles. You want to make sure that the clay rolls over the lead nice and tight. So you want to make sure that you tuck it in there. And again, just making sure that there's no air bubbles, because that will catch up with you if you do more than one layer. And then I'm just going to trim the excess clay, and obviously you can save that for later for another project. And now I'm just going to roll it out so that it's all nice and smooth on the edges. My second and final layer is going to be pink, and one thing you want to consider, you guys, is how you want to sharpen this. So for sure you can use a pencil sharpener, and the reason I bring this up is because you have to watch the thickness of your pencil. So I didn't even end up using a pencil sharpener, I ended up using an X-Acto knife to sharpen it, but you can also use a pencil sharpener, and just make sure again that the size of your pencil still fits into the pencil sharpener prior to doing all this work and baking it. So I'm just taking the pencil that I have with the yellow and I am doing exactly the same thing. So I'm just wrapping the pink around the pencil nice and tight to ensure that there's no air bubbles, and then trimming off the excess clay. And then rolling it out to ensure that there's no bubbles and that the seam is nice and sealed. Now just jumping ahead, this is actually my final product. So I added some green vines for color, and you put it in the oven similar to the eraser, so at a low temperature of about 230 for about 20 minutes, and you have yourself a fully functioning, totally original pencil. I love sharpening these pencils for the first time because it really shows all the colors that you have chosen to put in your pencil, and it's really a lot of fun to see all those colors. Here's my second pencil that I'm making, and I'm already on the third layer of this, so I can't wait to show you what it looks like once this pencil is done, and I'm going to have some fun with this one. I'm first going to add a pink flower. And finally, I'm going to use a tool that I have from my Da Vinci dough set, which are little teeny tiny footprints, and I just think this is going to be so cute, so I'm going to add some little footprints all the way up to the flower. Once you're all done, you put it in the oven, and then you have yourself another DIY pencil. And like I said before, this one has 3 layers, so you can see when you sharpen it, it has the blue, purple, and white, and I just think that is so amazing. Next, I'm showing you guys how to make the slime notebook. This slime notebook is from my slime school supplies video, if you've already checked that one out, but I just think this is so cool, and it really is so easy to make. So you're just going to get yourself a basic notebook, and we're going to create any shape that we want on the front. So I'm going to use this slime that I've made that has foam balls in it, and it provides a really cool texture, and I have my pink glitter, and if you want to know how to make this, please refer to my slime school supply video and you'll see everything there. So I have a Ziploc bag, and I'm just marking on the notebook how big it is because I want to maximize the space of my notebook and my Ziploc bag. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a balloon shape, because that's going to be the shape that I would like to see from the front with my slime. And it doesn't matter how perfect your picture is from this side because nobody will see it, and then you're going to cut it out, so you can always modify afterwards. Once you're happy with your picture, cut it out, and there you have the sort of location of where the slime is going to be. So grab your Ziploc bag and start filling it with the slime that you have made for your notebook. Be sure to spread the slime around throughout the whole bag, and just make sure that you try to get out all the air of the bag as well. So you don't want to seal it up until you know that you have all the air bubbles out. Once you're happy with what you have so far, grab some tape, and I have some Scotch tape here that's patterned Obviously duct tape would be perfect, as you know that the slime will not come off with that. So you can use whatever tape you are confident with and just seal each edge down to the notebook. Okay, the notebook is really starting to take shape and we're almost completely done our slime notebook. Just to finish it off, I'm going to seal the notebook to the slime on the front just to make sure that nothing gets caught underneath there. And again, I'm going to use this patterned Scotch tape that I have and creating the nice round shape of my balloon. And that completes our slime notebook. Now moving on to another one of my favorites, which is the Skittles Popsocket. So what I'm using to create this Popsocket is of course Skittles, but what I'm putting them in is an EOS lip balm container. So obviously there's no lip balm in it, so I've cleaned it all out. And if you haven't seen these before, this is the lip balm that creates that egg shape. So you want to take it all apart and you want to use the lid to create the egg shape. Before you put anything in the lid, you want to make sure that you coat it with a little bit of oil, as that will ensure that your candy or whatever you're using doesn't stick. And these Skittles I microwaved for maybe about 5 seconds, and you want them just soft enough that you can put in there. And actually this is a personal preference. I kind of like the crack look, so if you do want it more melted, you are welcome to do that. Obviously be careful, because the more melted they get, the hotter they are. And in this case, I personally like how they're just melted enough that I can push them into the lid. I am doing the shape of the lid first, and you'll see that I screw on the middle piece as the Skittles aren't able to drip through the middle. So once you're done filling up the lid, the egg shape, grab that middle piece, screw it onto the lid, and then just make sure that you grab some more Skittles, microwave them, and fill in the rest. Once your Skittles have hardened, which doesn't take long, you snap on the bottom, and there you have yourself a Skittles EOS Popsocket. Grab your phone case, and I've just used a water bottle lid here, and I've already glued it into the center of my phone case, and I'm just putting lots of glue on the edge and in the center, and I'm going to attach my EOS to it. I am going to attach it by the lid so that when I take it off, I have the base, which includes the candy with it. So I am putting the top of the EOS into the lid with the glue so that when I unscrew it, I have the candy obviously off the phone case. So here we go. This is how you use your pop socket. You just sort of hook it on your fingers so that when you're looking at your videos and doing your selfies, you have a good grip on your phone, and you can screw this off, and then you have a Skittles EOS treat. And of course, the beauty of these pop sockets is that they also work as a stand. And the last thing I'm going to show you today is how to make this super fun Pom Pom Whiteboard. What I'm thinking for this is that you can put it in the inside of your locker, so you can attach magnets to the back of it if you want, or if you want, you can just put Velcro or even just keep it on your desk with the stand. So this is just a basic picture frame that I got from Michael's, and I have painted it blue. And it does come with glass, so what you can do is you can pop out the glass, trace it over a clear plastic, and this is just from a toy box, or even maybe food that comes with a clear plastic. And then I'm using some glossy photo paper to put back in there. So I have my plastic layer, my photo paper, and I'm gonna have some fun and decorate the photo frame with fluffy, squishy, oh so soft pom-poms. And that's how you make your own Pom Pom Whiteboard. And that brings us to the end of this video, so thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys have been inspired to make some pretty cool DIY school supplies. Thanks everyone!